Hi, everyone. Teresa Aker here from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. It's my privilege today to bring you Dina Marais. How you doing, Dina?
I'm doing spectacularly well. And yourself?
I am doing great. One thing I love about you is your energy, Dina. You've always been energetic and you're prosperous, and I'm glad you're here today. So I'm just going to do a quick biography about you, just a quick title,
Okay.
and then we'll come back to you and we'll talk, okay?
Okay.
Absolutely. Dina is CEO and founder at Soul Purpose Publishing and Consulting. The reason I wanted you on is because I actually have known you for quite a while and you're quite a successful businesswoman. Let's start with where it all started, what you do, and how we got to this point.
Okay. I started coaching in 2002 when I started with NLP, neuro linguistic programming. I did the practitioner, and then from there, the master practitioner, and then a transformation coach. And so it went on and on. And so, always been in coaching and always really focused on self love, soul alignment, all about the soul in alignment and how we actually, when we love ourselves, it's the most powerful force in the world. And then my latest coaching certification was it's quantum human design. I did a quantum human design transformation coach certification, and I love using that as a method, as a tool to for my clients to identify patterns that they are experiencing that are holding them back and to rewrite those stories of those patterns. And then, of course, I do the publishing. When was this? 2022. I divine intervention. I saw that I was invited to attend this masterclass. And I'm telling you, Teresa, I had a reaction, physical reaction when I learned what was this all about, how to start my own publishing business. I just knew that this was for me. And it was such a beautiful compliment to what I was doing, working with entrepreneurs to manifest their beautiful dream goals. And now adding this as a step in that process to elevate their brands, their credibility, their visibility. I really believe it's the number one strategy to stand out is to become a best-selling author.
And I know Dina, you allow the authors to, I've seen you do collaborations where the authors come together in a book. And so they each give their story out. I do know that. And then you go ahead and publish it with them. And then they become bestsellers as a collaboration, right?
Yes, everybody becomes an international best-selling author. So it is a multi-author book or a collaboration or an anthology. It's got different names, but it's the same thing. It,
Exactly. And it's very
it's a
successful. I'm impressed. I saw you do a few books already. And I know you just mentioned before the show, you tell us what you have coming up right now.
I'm busy enrolling co-authors for my two new books. And the one is called Divine Rebirth. And it's a book about stories about spiritual awakening and surrender and rebirth. So that is the one book. That will be an up to 25 author book. The authors have the opportunity to really do a deep dive in the story of their journey and to then talk about who they are, what they do, who they serve, and all the links and their bios and the photos and everything is in the book so that people can find them. And then the other book is called Miracles Are Normal.
Okay.
And that is an 88 story book. So 88 co-authors
Wow.
in that book. And it's all short stories, about 800 words. I have now, some of my authors have basically demanded it to have a double take, to have instead of 800 words, to have 1600 words. So there will be a few of those in the book. But it's really, again, we love stories, Teresa. We learn through stories. We experience each other through stories. And it's just a beautiful book. The subtitle of this book is 88 Stories of Divine Interventions and Magical Manifestations.
That's beautiful. It actually aligns with your, if we can circle back to your quantum transformations and visualizing what you want to do in life and taking action and becoming the success that you are hoping to be. Is that not fair? That's what it sounds like to
Yeah,
me.
that's what all the multi-author books are all about. It's really a great way for any coach or entrepreneur to really elevate their brands, because it's only about 1% of entrepreneurs that ever do that, that
Exactly.
ever actually become an author. And it does definitely elevates your brand. You become more visible. You can charge higher prices because,
Absolutely.
yeah, linked to your course, your program, everything like that. So it's very powerful in that sense as a marketing strategy, because for a non-fiction author, it's a luxury. Any book that you write, whether it's your solo book or a chapter in a multi-author book, it's a luxury business card.
It is. And I'm thinking too, when people start out writing a book, they're a little bit intimidated, perhaps. They have the story, they have the idea they want to write, but they have never gone through the process. So it is an ordeal to figure it out. And you actually give them a start where they can actually come to you and you help them publish their first books, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's really great is that my authors who have worked with me always come back to work with me again.
Sure.
There is authors who are now writing their solo book with me, and they have been in two other multi-author books. Yeah, it's really a beautiful experience to go through that.
Now, how does this relate with now I know there's a lot of authors that do it AI or online publishing. How does that work with your business? Do you do that as well, or is it just through your
No,
company?
no AI.
It's good to know.
I create books that touches the heart. You
Yeah,
write from your heart. It's not about getting it perfect. I can immediately sense if someone sends me their first draft, this is done, this is not them. You can smell it a mile away. And
okay.
it's not in the spirit of the book. It's not about getting it perfect.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
It's about getting it from your heart. That's why we have an editor, okay?
exactly.
To do a little bit of cosmetics in the language, but it's not about writing a perfect chapter.
It's about authenticity, right?
Authenticity is the highest value of my books. So I really believe we all have sacred stories. Our stories are sacred. And we don't need a machine to tell us how to write the story.
Exactly. And as you said,
Everyone
it comes from your heart, if I might
comes from
add.
you.
And
Yeah,
so you're allowing them to express themselves and walk them through the journey, and they get to tell their stories in a way that's going to come through to them. What I'm meaning is they can write, but if they haven't had gone through the editing process, you're able to help them so they don't have to rely on outside sources. You're able
no.
to do that for them. And that's terrific.
Please, please do that. The beautiful thing is, whether you work with me on your solo book or a chapter in a multi-author book, you write your story and the rest is done for you. We
Perfect.
have a beautiful editor, we do the cover design, we do the formatting of the book. So that's your part. You write your story and the rest is done for you.
Sure.
Something that I do as well is for every book, there is an outline as a guide to help authors to actually write. It gives you a little bit of a structure. You
Sure.
don't have to use it. It's just if you would like to see what is a typical structure of that kind of story.
Right.
But what is really important, that is very valuable to my clients, is that I read every story.
Oh, okay.
I read every story. Everyone sends their first draft to me, and then I give them feedback.
Wonderful.
I give them personal feedback, and some authors go through this a few times, 3 or 4 times, before I'm happy with the story and before they are happy, that we both are happy with the story.
Sure, but you know what's going to present and what's going to help them, right?
Yeah, and I can. I have the talent. I can read and I can, from the reader's perspective, and say, listen, there's a gap here. Okay. As a
Absolutely.
reader, I'm wondering what happened here, or this doesn't make sense. So I would really love it if you would rather focus on this part of your book, expand this and reduce the rest. Because my intention is for them to have their best story.
With that. Yeah, and Dina, you have a real drive to help people succeed. And that's what's so beautiful about you, because you do really want them to succeed and you really do want to help them. And that makes a difference in this whole process, which is again why you're successful, because you care about the person that you're working with. And that's commendable. Now, I want to ask you, now, do you happen to have any of your books that you've already published in front of you or no?
Yes.
Perfect, Dina. I would like to see, now you have the book up in front. It's I'm So Glad You Left Me. There we go. Now, what is that book about, Dina?
This book is also an 88 storybook. This was my first 88 storybook. Sorry, I just want to not
There you
blare.
go. Yeah.
It's an 88 stories of courage, self-love, and personal growth. So this is quite interesting. When I received the title, I thought it was about my husband's passing, because he passed at the end of Feb 2023. And
Sorry for your loss, dear.
thank you. And my chapter in the book, the first one, is called Divine Loss. And I just have a whole different take on loss.
Sure.
But this book is filled with stories of divorce, of death, of overcoming addiction. So it is overcoming illness. So it's really a beautiful, very succinct, deep dive, if I can put it that way, into the experiences of these women who have overcome so much. And then it's like someone else tells me, it's like a series on Netflix.
Okay.
It's like binging, because it's not too long. It's about 800 words, 2 pages, 2 or 3 pages, and then it ends on such a high that you just want to see what is the next one about.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that. Dina, you've done so well for yourself. Congratulations. Now, I want to ask you, I always ask this, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself living in Madrid because my daughter and grandsons, my grandbabies are there. And I see myself really continue to publish, speaking on stages, doing retreats, and have a ball of a time.
Beautiful. That sounds like a great time. And I have no doubt you're going to be there. So that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah, I'm going there now, actually.
Now, where can everybody get your books and look for future books? What's the best place?
The best place is to go to my website,
Okay.
www.dinamarais.com.
I'll make
And
sure that's on here too, Dina. All your information, everything that your biography, everything will be on here for everybody.
yes, and there's a tab that says work with me, and people can see what books, what are the services that I offer, and what books are open for enrollment now. There's also a tab on books, and there you can see the books that have been published and where to find them on Amazon.
Excellent. And I'm thinking that it probably helps them with the process of seeing what they need to bring to you.
Yes, for the books that are enrolling now, there's a page for that book where people will see all the details of what the book is about, the investment, the bonuses, because there's always a lot of bonuses. But the beautiful thing also about a multi-author book, Teresa, is that collective energy,
I can
that
understand.
sisterhood. It's really awesome. And I always say it's a thrill to go through a launch. And
I would think all those people together forever are bonded. Once you're in a book
yes,
together, you're down the road, you think, oh, she did the book with me and Dina helped us. And oh, I could see that. 100%. I could see that bond, that togetherness. Absolutely. And forever.
forever. Absolutely. So the royalties that are earned by the books are reinvested into adverts to have more book sales.
To add
Because
more book sales. So
to
how does
have more book sales, and that the more book sales there are, the more the chances that people will, more eyes on the books, connecting with more people in the book. That is what it's all about.
Oh,
Because in the book, actually, what I do with the authors as well
sure.
is to prepare their business for the book.
Prepare their business for the book. Okay.
Because the intention of participating in a multi-author or your solo author book is to actually grow your business.
Okay. So this is really a promotion for themselves.
It's promotion for themselves. And so we go through what will they have in place when the book is launched.
I see.
What
I
kind of
see.
program or course or meditations or whatever. They do a free masterclass and then upsell to their program. So there is a path that every author decides how they're going to make the most of the book, you
Okay, good
know,
to know.
and their status as a best-selling author.
Sure, I get that. And now you've explained how that all works. So thank you so much for that. And that clarifies it for anybody wanting to come in. They understand how the process works. So that's good. Excellent. Dina, I have one more question for you. Will you come
Right.
back and see us again?
I will definitely do. It was
Terrific. I had a great time with you today.
lovely chatting to you, Teresa. It was really fun.
Dina, you're terrific. I'm going to have Dina's information here. So if you're looking at publishing a book and you want to get into knowing how Dina does it and help you out, I'm happy to send her way, or you can contact me. Dina, I'm going to make sure that all your information's here. Thank you for coming on today. I look forward to seeing you soon. And to everyone else, this is Teresa Aker from Success Diaries with Teresa Aker. Please subscribe to my channel. And I look forward to talking to you all very soon. I hope you're having a great day. Bye-bye now.